the roof on the porch to the east is going to fall anytime. If you go up the hill slowly and look at it, it's probably dropped about that far. There are holes underneath the roof all around there. And then I'm also concerned about the garden. And I have no intentions of maintaining that garden this summer. But I don't know anybody who's responsible for it. I don't think there is anyone who's responsible for it. And I know there are vermin living around there, varmints, whatever. And I think that garden will be just a completely very large weed patch this summer. And I know you can't do anything about it. I can't either. I just want you to be aware of
I stopped
how
and
it's
looked at it.
deteriorating.
It's actually that southeast corner that comes across the front and turns right there. That huge hump is just...
Yeah, it's gonna be, there's a ladder laying on it, so I don't know.
I'd be happy to refer this to Terry to see if there's any concerns about possible violations of ordinances as far as the upkeep of the
I
property.
did visit with a young man today who is, he's not responsible for the things there. He said he was not to do anything until Fritz called him, and Fritz had not called, he hadn't been a hold of him yet. I don't know, and he did not know what he might be able to do or is expected to do.
That's Aaron Daisy, or Daisy?
Stacy
Daisy.
Yeah. Because I didn't want him to get in any trouble if I thought, if he was supposed to be doing that, and he said, he really didn't care if I brought it up, he didn't know what he was supposed to do. And my understanding was, when Fritz left, he was headed for Germany, but I don't believe he's there. Did he go to Germany, Shirley?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Good, another job babysitting. Terry could look into that as far as a nuisance abatement, or
hazardous.
it may even be an abandoned building.
For the extent purposes, from a government standpoint, we are governed, of course, by our ordinances.
Yes, I understand.
And we would be happy to ask Terry to look into the property on whether or not they are violating any city ordinances as our planning and zoning officer.
There's also an awful lot of junk to the north, and I'm not sure if that stuff is going to be, if Stacy's supposed to be cleaning that up or not. He wasn't real sure what his duties were. He did tell me that there are still a couple of people evidently who are interested in purchasing it.
We thank you for your concern.
A question for Adam on our, and maybe Bob, on our swimming pool issues with the contract. Did we ever get those bills?
There is questions that have not been resolved yet. One is that the work itself has not been completed. I understand there's one more phase of work that needs to be completed before the entire job,
On the leak?
the repair job is complete. Outside of that, there's also concerns about determining the exact amount of loss that is associated with this leak. As far as the amount of water, the amount of chemicals, and the amount of electricity or heat that was necessary to, of course, provide maintenance.
So we're in the process of still
Yes, we
gathering
are.
information?
We are asking for a clarification from Colin. Colin is supposed to get us a notification about what type of information is necessary to make a clear determination on exactly what can be built in this process.
Plus, I'd like to make sure that it's not leaking.
That's actually one of the concerns. One of the concerns, Jim, is that we are interested to see what the first month's water rates will be on the property on the pool to make a clear determination on exactly what loss was being.
Yeah, if you build them and start leaking again, then they probably think we settled.
Correct. We don't want to move into a state of accepting the fact that we believe the pool is in good working order, and lose any opportunity to go back on any issues that may still exist on the pool
That's it.
itself.
Would you like to say anything about our new...
Yeah, Stacy, why don't you get up here? Is our new officer, Stacy Carlson? All right, tell us a little about yourself.
Stacy Carlson, I'm from Cherokee, Iowa. Graduating at BV here this May. I have a wife, 3 kids, ages 16, 12, and 21 months.
Look that old.
And I'm 35.
Welcome.
Stacy's doing a fine job training, and in a couple weeks here, he'll be all on his own, so.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
No, we're glad to have you.
That should be.
Yeah.
Have you found a place to live?
We're looking at Vicki Payton's house. We'll live by that.
Fire chief.
It's planning on doing it. Aaron
Both.
Stewart.
He asked for a building permit today.
He did.
Well, we're certainly really glad to have you in our city. Is there any other discussion? We need an adjournment to go into the closed session.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Call for a vote. Kicking us out, let's go.
Don't forget
Councilman
that
Frederick?
next Iowa Living Roadways
yes.
meeting is April 22nd at 4:30 at the extension office. So Bill and Adam, I think, were there last time, but that community vision project.
I'm out of the area.
Just as well.
Councilman Hampton? Johnson?
Yes.
Muska?
Yes.
Brennan?
Yes.
You'd be inviting the public back in if you make any decisions.